that means we must improve the effectiveness and cost-effectiveness of the treatment framework in place, including making better use of the voluntary sector. And in debrief for this, I am very, very impressed by the range of initiatives within the voluntary sector, and it is not just an excuse for avoiding the Treasury Acts. I do think that there is a real synergy here to be built between what the government is trying to do and what the voluntary sector can do. Our programme in government is to take a fresh look at rehabilitation, one which will ensure that sentencing for drug use helps offenders come off drugs and explores alternative forms of secure treatment-based accommodation for drug offenders. We want to develop community sentences so that more offenders finish them drug-free. And we want to make sure prisons are places where offenders address their drug misuse, not a place where their problems get worse. And I heard what both Lord Thomas and Baroness Butler-Sloss said about prisons. All I've got to say is my officials were sending me statistics which show how hard they're working to tackle this problem of drugs in prisons. When I do my round-robin letter, I will include these encouraging statistics in this. We want to work with voluntary and private organisations to tackle the root cause of reoffending. And again, I associate with what Lord Abadwali was saying, that often it is in the social background, the family background, that these problems begin. And we want to reduce reoffending through improved management of offenders and strengthen and empower communities and the voluntary sector to manage those offenders who cause suffering to their local areas. Because again, I go back, if we're going to carry public opinion with us on these matters, we've got to realise that as well as the terrible problem for the drug taker, the terrible problem for the drug taker's family, the terrible problem for the drug taker's children, there is also the terrible problem for the absolute innocent member of the community who may be burgled, may be mugged, may come across the need of the drug taker to feed their habit through crime. And we've got to take them along with us if we're going to get support for the kind of approach that has had such support around the House tonight. Our approach will not abandon punishment or the criminal justice system, but it will afford priority to treatment and rehabilitation, offering better prospects for the individuals concerned, for communities and for society as a whole. Now, I know that this position will not meet every hope and aspiration that has been expressed tonight by noble lords, but I hope they will see that the direction of travel we are taking does take account of the views expressed in the UN discussion paper, as well as the work done in this country and abroad by think tanks and NGOs. And I can assure noble lords that what has been said today will be studied by me and my colleagues in all the departments and governments concerned. And as a final pledge, I will return.